Okay, so I finished the devs. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you. I'm going to jump out of this gate, which will take me. Now I'm in the best company, which is obviously MMO. I'm sure a few people will swear at the video for me saying that, but I'm now in map 1-1. There's me, FUZZ. From here, if you say your cargo was full and you wanted to get rid of some cargo, you could sell it. I'm saving the prom because I'm going to use the prom later on. Maybe on the BKs to speed them up, or the Prots later on. It's entirely up to you. You can put that on if you've got lots of SEP or lots of prom in your Skylab. You can use it to put on your lasers. The only difference it makes with these techniques is the speed it takes you to finish each of the levels. It makes no difference on whether you can do the level or not, as I've been showing you, because if you're not getting hit, it doesn't matter how many shields you've got, how much power you've got. It's just a matter of how long it takes you to do the gate. The other thing is, people will be moaning, I'm sure, about me using X2. I'll probably use some X3 later on. I've got 57k of X3, I've got 72k of X2. I've done quite a few gates, that's why it's low. But when I'm spinning for gates in the Galaxy Gate generator, you get given this ammo. I only hunt with X4, so that means I don't use the other ammos, X3, X2, for anything else. So I might as well use them in the gates and make it quicker, and you can do exactly the same. It's entirely up to you. But for those that seem to always want to do gates with X1, it's quite possible. It'll just take you forever. Okay, so I'm ready to go. I'm happy with what I've got. I'm not getting rid of that prom, I'm not selling it. I'm going to keep it for later. There's my gate. I'm going to jump back in, and the next thing we've got is Sibs, and I'll come back when we've got a few Sibs on, just to show those that haven't done gates before what's in each of the levels. Okay, it's SKs. After devs comes the SKs, the dreaded SKs that loads of people seem to hate and have a problem with. Just like the others, I'm corralling them. If you look at the mini-map, you'll see I'm looking for gaps, getting around the outside. That's the second wave that just came in then. Flying around the outside to corral them. It's important to do that. Don't try taking on the first few. You'll just get surrounded. You'll end up having to wait and rep. Again, I'll show you how this is done without getting hit. You may take a couple of hits, and if you make a mistake, which sometimes happens, which I'll explain in a minute, you can get hit. But as long as you're aware of that possibility of this particular mistake, you can avoid it. Okay. I was flying around the outside of the group, looking at the minimap, making sure that I stay to the outside of the group, flying around in a circle and corralling them into one big nasty lump. Of course, I'm on speed config to make sure that stay well out of the way. Excuse me. Still on X2. I've got my rockets activated. I've still not got any prom or SEP on my lasers. Okay, that's them corralled and I'm ready to go. So I'm now going to start flying away from them left to right and switch to battle config. I will slow down. I've also got the rocket targeting tech, which I'm going to activate now. And now I'm going to wait for them to appear on the left. Target, run and fire, just like we did with the simeons. Okay, so again, give a bit of space. Target, fire, run. As you can see, look at my ship. You can see, looking at the aliens, that they're taking damage and I'm not. Okay, that one's about to pop, so I'll target another one. I'm at the edge of the map, so I'm going to fly around them. And now I'm going right to left, so I'm dragging them the other way. He's popped. Wait, target, run, fire. Not taking a single hit off these SKs. So if you're, say, in a non-FE gully with low shields, you've not got all your LF3s, it matters not. Because if you're not getting hit, then it's just a matter of time how long it'll take you to finish them off. Obviously, with being fully FE, I've also got 30 bio points, which increases the power of your lasers and your shields, etc. But again, it doesn't matter. Only on X2, but it's not taking long. Now, the thing you've got to be careful of, because this really can hurt if you get it wrong, is when if you target, if you miss lock, if you don't lock, you click to lock them. I'm going to do that on purpose here. What will happen is, you go to lock on them, and you go towards them instead, like that. I'll just do it again. You think you've targeted one, you haven't, and you go towards them. Be aware that that's possible, and be ready to change direction. Obviously I got a few hits there because of it. So, right, starting again. They're coming up. Make sure that you click in the group and you actually target one, otherwise you'll fly right in the middle of them. So as long as you're aware of that and ready to run if it mislocks, you won't have any problems, because it does occasionally happen, especially when you only get a few of them. See, I took a hit there because I wasn't concentrating. Now just keeping away from them, keeping them on the edge of the map, keeping them going. That's keeping it going, and pop. Target the next one, and running again. Now I'm not getting any hits. I have full health, full shields. If you look at the top, my shield levels, and he's gone. Again, and now what I'll have to do is keep repeating this process. Took a few hits there. It doesn't matter because you're not getting hit. Even if you do take the odd hit, now we've got a runner there. He's running. I'll leave it. If someone runs, if one of them runs, let them, and pick them up later on. And again, target another one. I'm getting close to the edge of the map, so I'm going to fly around, start going right to left now. Again, look at my health and look at my shields, full. And so it's just a matter of time until they're gone. Wait, target, fire. Okay, we'll leave it there. I'll wait till I've finished these off, and then I'll show you how to take them on in the corner again without getting hit. Okay, I've done quite a lot of these SKs now, but for those that want cargo, I don't bother with cargo other than the big things like the Big Sibs or BKs, etc. But if you really need your cargo, it's exactly the same technique. Target, shoot, drag. It's similar to when we did the Mords. Drag until they pop. Doesn't work if they run. You'll pick the cargo up for the runners anyway. So you've popped. Target, run. Drag them a bit away from the cargo. Swing round. Pick up your cargo. Keep going. That one popped just as I picked the cargo up. So again, drag, shoot, spin round to go back for the cargo that's now in a safe distance. Remember, some of them are higher or lower, so you might have to do a bit of searching for your cargo. There it is. I'm going to get it a bit closer. I got away with it. Just only took 2k. And we've got a runner, which we're going to get the cargo off anyway. Like I said, I don't bother with cargo on small aliens like these. I just want to get them done and dusted. I'm happy with the EP and the credits and Yuri that you're picking up off them. Cargo's not so important when you've got the Skylab. So I'll now continue this way. But that's for those who really find their cargo precious. Okay, if you look at my shields and hit points at the top, I'm just staying out of the way while I talk. You'll see I took a bit of a hit there. Unfortunately, what none of these techniques or anybody's technique can account for is lag, unfortunately. And I had a blip where everything froze. I keep on, when it happens to me, what I do is I keep flying. It shows you shit flying, the aliens are frozen, so you know you've been hit by a lag. And if you're lucky, when it returns, if it doesn't completely lock, you won't have took that much damage, and that's what happened to me. I lost 2/3 of my shields and some of my hit points. Well, that's just to show what can happen with lag. Also, what I'm going to do now that I've down to me about 10 left now to get rid of. Some have flown to the corners, most of them have popped. I'll show you what happens when you do make that mistake. I'll target one first. When you target the next one and you mislock, this is what happens, because I don't mind doing it now. Remember, there may only be about 10 prots there, but on a beta gate, which this is, they are twice as powerful, which makes them equivalent to 20 prots. So if I mislock, what will happen is you fly into the middle of them, they will surround you and start hitting you. Look at the damage now, there's only 10 of them and I'm getting hit 25k at a time. So be aware of that when you go to target them, and the technique is be ready to run. So I mislock, I know I've done it because I start flying towards them. I know I've done it right when I target and I don't start flying towards them. It'll come with practice. As long as you're careful targeting, you won't have a problem with it. Okay, I finished them off. All I've got is the ones in the corners. So what we want now is a technique to be able to take out the ones in the corners without getting hit. Now the lower the ammo you use, and if you're not prommed or sept or anything on your ammo, the more chance of them running. I've been using X2 in Yori rockets, so not many ran. So what I'm going to do here, if you look at the minimap where my mouse is now, I'm right in the corner, but not properly in the corner, and I know that they're there, and they're also in the opposite corner. So what I'm going to do is put my mouse pointer just in front of the ship and just inch forward. I can just see them, but not enough to there. You'll see they're there. They're not hitting me because I'm too far away, but I can see them. I can target them, and now I can just sit here at my leisure and take them out. So even the ones in the corner are not hitting me. Now if you go into corner and they do, back off and inch back in until you can just see them and target them without them being able to target you. And of course the ones in the corner, you can pick up all the cargo and then fly down to the opposite corner to do exactly the same. Okay, I'm at the opposite corner now. Now I need to try and find them, and they'll appear hopefully somewhere here where my minimap is, but my minimap's in the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the minimap up for now, just out of the way, and start inching forward until I find them. Now when I find them, and experience tells me they might just be about here, inch forward. Now they may, I found them and they've managed to shoot at me, so I know where they are now. Now I need them in the corner, so I'm just going to reposition myself. They've stopped firing and try again. Now I've got them targeted and they haven't targeted me. There's only a few, so it wouldn't really matter, and I can also wait and rep if I want to. So I'm going to start targeting and finish them off. And obviously my minimap is right where they would have been, that's why it was important to move the minimap. And that's SK's done. You can see on the minimap that the jump gates have appeared. I'm going to put my minimap back in the corner, because coming up next is Big Sibs, and I'll be dragging them generally left to right using the exact same technique as I used on the devs earlier, and I will show a short clip of this Sibs just for those who have not done a Galaxy Gate so you can see what's in each level.